Megan Hicks of I Run Far, and I'm with Beth Pascall. It's the day before the 2018 Trail World Championships. You're competing for Team Great Britain. Good morning.
Yeah. Hi, Megan. It's good to be here. Yeah, it's good to be chatting to you.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the interview. This is our first time interviewing you, though I've seen you race a couple of times. Before we talk about running, can you talk about what you do? I think you might be a doctor.
Yeah, I'm a junior doctor. I work in pediatrics. So I guess it's kind of I guess that it's kind of the equivalent to your residency, but I think that goes on. And in the UK, you're a junior doctor for like 10 years minimum.
Okay.
So I'm on that long slog, basically. Yeah. So I'm still sort of doing 6 month jobs, rotating around different specialties within pediatrics.
Okay, but you do spend your days with kids.
Yeah, well, babies at the moment.
Babies.
Very small babies. Yes, yeah.
Lots of patience you are bestowed with.
Well, I've got lots of patience.
Yeah.
Some, not always.
Not always.
If I'm impatient, it's less with the patients, but more with the system. Which most people have heard of at the moment. The status of the NHS in the UK and the morale amongst junior doctors. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Most of the time, it's all right. Yeah, can't complain too much.
And we were just talking off the camera before the interview. You live in the Southern Peaks District?
Yeah, so the Midlands, basically,
Okay.
middle of the UK. So I've got the peaks, which are reasonably close, and I've got some small hills to train on. I spend a lot of time driving to bigger hills, to be honest. So it's like 3 hours to the lakes or 3 hours to Snowdonia, North Wales. So maybe 5 or 6 to Scotland. So I train on bigger hills quite a lot as well, but there's a lot of driving involved.
Go away for a training weekend here and there?
Yeah. Slash every weekend during the summer.
Slash all the time.
Yeah.
So you've competed for Team Great Britain at the Trail World Championships before. Have you competed on other national teams?
Is that a loaded question?
No. Sorry.
So I did the 24-hour last year.
I thought I had remember seeing your name on the list. That's why.
So
loaded question. Sorry.
no, loaded question is the wrong way of putting it, but you knew the answer. So I didn't do the trail last year. It was the same day as my sister's wedding, so so I did the 24-hour instead, which I'd only run one 24-hour race before that, and that had gone well. The second time round, it's harder. I didn't have a very good race, so we don't have to talk about that anymore.
You knew what you were in for, and
yeah. Psychologically, it's it's so tough. I have so much respect for the guys that can do that, over and over again. So super tough. But I'm happy to be back doing the trail again now. So yeah.
2 years ago, is that right? You were in Portugal?
Yeah, 2 years ago. Yeah.
With the Trail World Championships. You had a good race there, top 10.
Yeah. It was my first sort of big international race, so I had no idea how it was going to unfold. So yeah, I was pretty happy with top 10. Yeah.
So that was not an easy course. That was up and down the hills of Portugal. Not dissimilar climate to what you're going to experience tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe similar sort of deserty, dry terrain also.
Yeah, it's got a lot of similarities. Yeah.
Have you Have you thought at all about the style of this course being comparable to where you had such a great performance a couple of years ago?
I think the style is quite different, actually.
Okay.
Even though the terrain is kind of similar in lots of ways, but the way that this course is sort of gets exponentially harder as the race goes on, that's quite different. And the first half is very fast by comparison, and it just gets harder and harder. And normally at the end of the race you're treated by like some long
really massive downhill
descent, but we just don't have that at all. So yeah, tactically I think you have to have a very different approach to this one than to back in Portugal or most other long trail races, to be honest. So yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting.
I think I'm hearing your preference for perhaps downhill running as opposed to uphill slogging.
Yeah, I was saying that I prefer to run the course in reverse.
Okay.
But my uphill running is something I've been
If you could just turn it around, that'd be great.
Yeah, maybe next year. I've been working on my uphill running. But there's still, a fair amount of kind of techie downhill as well, which will suit me. Yeah.
So Team Great Britain brings a pretty strong both men's and women's teams this year.
Yeah.
Have you guys had some team talk about goals or working together or working against each other or
Not against each other.
Okay.
I mean, it's difficult to work together in a race like
in an
this.
ultra?
Yeah. I think naturally there might be a few of us that kind of are running together at different points. There's a few of us that, you know, could be similar speeds.
Okay.
But we haven't thought about working together as such. But aspirations wise, you know, like a medal would be great.
Yeah.
For the team, and I think that's certainly realistic. You know, that bronze medal I think is up for grabs.
Yeah.
There's a few teams that are in
Yeah.
contention, I think. But yeah, certainly. And the men as well could easily get a medal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all the teams bring sort of helpers to help out at aid stations and stuff. Has there been talk between runners and helpers being like, you need to count people and add up time to help us find out what position we're in at the different aid stations? Is there
Team wise? Oh, I don't know about that.
Okay.
Yeah, our team manager is kind of into that sort of thing, so I'm sure he'll be there.
Okay. giving you the numbers.
Doing the maths.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, you're going to run all out, and whether someone tells you that, oh, you need to make up 2 more places to get a medal,
Right.
you know, you're going to be doing your best anyway.
Right.
I think perhaps in this sort of thing, that makes less of a difference during the actual race, perhaps.
So the idea of running all out, like meeting out your energy is a difficult thing in an ultra anyway, because they just go on all day sometimes. But in a race with this, it has so much more net climbing in the race's second half than the first. Like, how have you sort of thought out how you're going to, you know, share your energy with the different parts of the race to know you've got enough left for all the climbing at the end?
So I guess just keep it chilled up till Atzeneta, which is around 40k.
The halfway point.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, just under. I think halfway, almost halfway distance-wise.
Right.
Not halfway time-wise.
Right.
But yeah, keep it really chilled up until that point. And then, yeah, you've got kind of like 28 or something miles left. And hopefully, what can go wrong in 28 miles? Hopefully try and pick up the pace. Pick up the pace, not the pace, the you know, the intensity a bit after that, and see what happens. Yeah.
Have you had anybody from Team GB be able to go out in the course and take pictures and bring reports back?
Most of us have been out actually.
Okay.
So as a group of us went out together maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago and ran all the course. Another group went out before that, and there's another, Sarah's been out a couple of times as well. So most of us has run the entirety of the course.
What do you think?
I love it. Yeah,
You do?
yeah. It's a really cool place. Like, I really like the trails. They're quite fun. And yeah, I like there's some technical bits, and yeah, there's a bit of everything really. So it's nice that it's kind of dry. Dry rock is our friend. It's a nice change from the UK.
No. Well, there is a bit of a forecast for rain. I was going to say no soaking rain for the day.
Yeah, but it's kind of sandy, isn't it? And it rained when I was here before, and it rains, and then, you know, like an hour later it's gone. It's just sunk into the ground.
Rather than like the deep pooling mud.
Yeah, not like the UK anyway. So I'm not too afraid if it rains a lot.
Okay.
To be honest, it'll be nice. Keep it cool.
Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
And thanks for the interview.
No worries. Thank you.
See you out there.
Yeah, will do. Cool.